I just want to sketch out a few ideas I have about this work cycle experiment that I'm working on, and just give some basic ideas. So first of all, I went and talked to D at Redemption Cycle about sort of the progress. What's going to be the process really of getting this project done. And so step one is, since we're going to try to motorize, do an electric motor setup in this back region right here, we want to add disc brakes here. And so if you think about it, the disc brakes have to have something on the frame that they will brake against. And so we're going to have to add, right in here somewhere, we're going to have to add some tabs. So right in here on both sides, we'll have to add some tabs to be able to tie the tie the disc brake against. So the first thing we want to do are these, are the brake tabs. And so we'll have to talk to a fabricator about that. I don't want to be the one doing that because there'll be a tremendous amount of force on those brakes, and so you need to have somebody who actually knows what they're doing when it comes to welding there. So that's step one. Step two will be the powder coating. So after we get these tabs installed, we want to do a powder coat of this whole thing. So that will be sandblasting everything, and then coming in and powder coating everything here that you see with this metal. So the wheels will be gone, the pedals will be gone, the seat will be gone, and we'll come in here and just powder coat all this to stop the rust. There is some rust in this area right in here, and right in here there's some rust, and that's not surprising. This was an actual Workman's Tryke that was used in the Fairfield steel industry, and so it's pretty old, first of all, and then secondly, it hasn't always been kept in a covered area, and so it's not surprising that we've got probably some water that was caught in here, and some rust collected. Interestingly, there's some drain holes on the back of this, but you can kind of tell even from this picture that the tray goes this direction. Notice that this tray was originally designed, you can see these leaf springs right here. This tray was originally designed for carrying a tremendous amount of weight, and that was the purpose of this trike, was to be able to carry materials in this tray, inside of the steel mill, around to wherever they were needed. And so we're going to leave all that as original, and the next thing we want to do is we want to come in and modernize this area right here. So the third step, I believe, will be to put in some e-bike kits, something in that back area there that will turn this into a 750 watt or 1,000 watt bike. And so it will be an e-assist, really. You'll still have the ability to pedal, but you'll have to engage the electric portion of the bike, but like up hills and things. Somewhat heavy frame, as you can imagine, so to be able to get around efficiently, I think you need that. You also notice there's no gear here. This is a direct chain, and so having that e-assist will make a difference. After that, I don't really know what will come fourth and fifth, but just to kind of give you a idea about how I sort of see this moving forward, the entire concept here. First of all, I really am thinking that I'm going to put in an actual seat here that has an actual little back to it. I've seen several that are leather and seem like they would be very comfortable for longer rides. So that's one thing that I'm thinking about doing. And then the other thing I'm thinking about doing is this e-bike part, so the electric motor part, will most likely go back in this region here. And so you'll have a battery pack maybe right in here. So you might have some electric function here, and you might have the electric batteries under here. We might mount them under here. That makes a lot of sense, to put the batteries and the controller and that kind of thing up here. And so you'll also have coming up on the handlebar, you'll have some type of control box that will be there, somewhere on the handlebar to make all this work. And then you'll also have just somehow from here you'll have some wiring that goes back to the actual e-motor itself. So that'll be some changes. And then what I'm sort of thinking about, I just don't know the practicality of it at this point, but what I'm sort of thinking about is maybe trying to get a windscreen or even a hood type set up so that we can take advantage of this tray, but then also maybe create a little more aerodynamic aerodynamic wind flow for this trike, and also make this tray more usable out in the world. So right now clearly you couldn't put your groceries or anything in this tray. It would catch rain. And so I'm sort of thinking maybe to come here and start some type of windshield, and then come up and bring it maybe something like this. I don't know what that will end up looking like, but you can sort of get the idea. You would have some type of hood here that would cover this area. And then I don't know if it's possible, but I'm also thinking, well, if we're going to have all this surface area here, is it possible that we can put some type of solar into this? Is that possible? I don't know. And then also in this gizmo here, is it possible to put some type of generator, what's called a regen, in the braking system here? Now we do want the disc brakes here, but you also got a brake here like you would have on just an old-timey bike, where you pedal backwards to get your brake. And so you can put what's called a regen here that would be able to also charge your batteries as well. So that's an idea as well. So conceptually, that's kind of my thoughts about this project. Let's see where we go from here.